them toes, that's my MO.
What it do, y'all? We back in this thing, man. I'm out here contemplating what I want to do. I got a car on the trailer, got a car on the rollback. They both got to go to the same auction tomorrow. I picked up this one. Which one did I pick up first? I picked up this one Thursday using this setup. I have been running all day, and this was the last car today. I went pretty far on Thursday too. It was, I think, the longest. I had a couple of far trips, like literally about an hour each. I think two of the cars were like an hour away. And I don't like to take that rollback. It's reliable, but I just, I like to use it close around the house just because of how old the motor is. I still feel like it needs injectors and all that, which I hope to do soon. But I had a long trip, so I ended up using this setup, and that was the last car I picked up. And then Friday, I worked a couple hours at my old job, and I picked this one up after I got off. So that way I didn't have to unload from this just to go get the other car. I do that quite often since I got multiple pieces of equipment. We can do it like that. So now I'm trying to figure out, of course, Monday, the auction is about 35 minutes away. Only about 20-something miles. I think it's like 22 miles, something like that. But it's only 35 minutes away. But of course, if we could take two, then there's no reason to take two separate trips. So I either need to put that on the wheel lift or take them both and put them on the two car. And that will give me a chance to test out my new winch setup. Now, I don't have this thing wired up just yet. I'm still doing my research, trying to figure out how I want to wire it. You see the negative right here, and the positive is over here. I think I want to do a set of Anderson plugs and run them on the truck and just plug in, because that's the only truck that really should be pulling this trailer. So if I run Anderson plug, I can just plug in and you get full power to the winch. So I'm not 100% sure. And the crazy thing is, I normally put a battery. Each trailer has its own dedicated battery, which is also still not a bad idea. But look at this, with this bar going straight through the middle right here, I'd have to remove it, which looks like it's a nut right here, nut and bolt, and a nut and bolt over there. And I assume this thing would come off pretty easy. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, let me know. But I couldn't even get a battery or a battery box down in here without removing this. With it out of the way, there's a lot of room to fit one down in there for sure. But I had a battery box somewhere. I could have showed it to y'all. I don't know what I did with it. No, it's somewhere. But I got a battery box specifically for this trailer, and it definitely fits in without this bar right here. But that's just another step if I wanted to do that. And if I ever had any issues going forward with the battery, I had to take that thing out every time. So I'm thinking about using the Anderson plug style, which most of you should know what that is. If I run them, up underneath the truck, had a plug in the back, and then had a 5-foot side on the coming off of the winch. Whenever you need them, you literally just plug in, and you get full power from the charging system of the truck. So if I do decide to take these cars off and put them on this trailer to take them at the same time, I'll just hook jumper cables to it or whatever. I end up getting another one of these. I had this one was for the since it's out of the bag already, I end up buying another one. This is for this rollback right here. When I'm pulling, like if the vehicle is at an angle, I can put this right here and kind of try to keep the winch straight down the middle. I used it once. It's gonna be, however you got it. But you could come through the snatch block, come around from the side or whatever, and keep your winch fairly centered up. I wish I had something directly in the center, but this is definitely within the winch spool, as you can see. Right there, coming straight off. Yeah, come right there. So I had this one for this. I used it one time and it worked fairly well, really well actually. So I ended up buying another one so I can have one on this, because this is how we're gonna get that winch line to go underneath the first car to the second car if you ever had to do 2 cars. Let me show you. This black coating is kind of in the way, but once you get it right, you'll see what it does. Put the pin back in it. Now, for this, let's show it to you. Stand it up a little bit. So that's about how high it'll be, you know, to get you up under that second car. Well, get you up under the first car to get the second car. Y'all see how that works? So that's about what? 6 to 8 inches off the ground. That should go under the first car. So I end up buying another one so I can have one on the trailer and of course one on the rollback. You never want to be flip-flopping tools back and forth, which I do have to do sometimes. I don't have enough tools for all the stuff that I have right now. So some things I do, some I don't. So some of them you have to flip-flop back and forth. Like I need another battery jump starter. Look what I just got a couple days ago. Bear Motion had a sale on these diamond weave straps, and you know it's October for breast cancer. That's very visible, so I went ahead and bought 8 of those. 2 for this, 4 for this, and 2 for the trailer. So that's 8. Bria, don't forget your phone right here. But yeah, I think that's gonna work out good right there. So that's kind of why I want to put these on here and try this out, see how that works. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then tomorrow I can just take this and deliver both, and shoot, that'll be a done deal. So let me figure out how I want to do it. Of course, you got to drop that off first so you can unhook from that trailer, hook to this, and then without having to do a lot of moving around. If I drop the 2 cars strategically, then we can get both of them on without having to move the trailer once I hook up to it. So I was trying to figure out the best way to do this with the best efficiency and not having to double work. So I decided if I back up directly in front of it, I can unload this and have it ready to winch up. I can unload the car, then unhook the trailer, then hook the truck to the new trailer, and then winch it up. So I parked it right here because at this angle it's right before the terrain starts going up, and once it starts going up, then the trailer is the opposite way. See, if you see now, I got a little downward slope where it'll roll off. But as I start coming up, you can see the terrain start rising, and the trailer starts to have a slope towards the truck. So this is going to be good. It's 80 feet. It's 80 feet of cable with synthetic rope on there, and of course the trailer is only 34 feet. So I got another, 40 odd feet. So it should be fine. I'm gonna let it roll off as far as I can get it. As you can see, I already hooked up the bridle, the one that goes around the control arm, with the hook. See if y'all can see that. See the little hook right there? And then I zip tied it up because y'all know me, I don't like to get on the ground if I don't have to. So I zip tied it up just so it wouldn't drag the ground and end up under the car. So I had to go in there and grab it, or hooking it up later, which I would still have to get on the ground and get up under and do it. So while it's on the trailer, I did that. So I'm gonna let it roll off, and this will be, here, where you going? Back up right here. We got Benjo Co holding the camera. Back up some more. Yeah, just catch me rolling it off right there. I'm gonna let it come far forward as possible.
All right.
fairly close, so I have enough. I definitely have plenty of, oh, come up here. I definitely have plenty of rope. What?
That's crazy.
Ingenuity, man. Now I can just hook it, pull it up, and then we can back this one up to the trailer. I won't have to double load it, unload it, and reload it. I can turn this around, drop it at the back, and hook the winch to it. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Once I get this one unhooked, I'll use this. I actually have one on the rollback too. We'll hook that from the back, and we'll winch underneath the first car to this car and pull them both up and try it out and see if it works like I hope it will. So let me unhook this trailer, and we'll be right back with y'all.
Started recording. Again, I wanted to get some more footage.
All right, y'all. We got the Viking, what you call this, hooked up right now. Jumper cable. Let's see if we got power. We got power. All right. Go to the back of first. It's the only thing. It's brand new. Hard to wind and unwind. Woo. Probably need to unwind it anyway. I think the first time you use it, you're supposed to bring it all the way out anyway. So this might be the time to do that.
That sounds crazy.
So I'm gonna back this all the way up to where it makes the line tight. I used this winch one time the other day. I don't want to be too close. I used it one time the other day, and I never pulled it out all the way. I just used it for the job I had to do with it. And then, and that was it. So you're really supposed to do like we just did and wind them out and pull them back in and keep the rope tight. So I'll back this thing up as far as it'll go. All right, I'm gonna set the camera, but you can steer it if you want.
All
right, let's see how it does. Let's see it coming out of the spool, through the fair lead, straight down, through the snatch block, all the way up to the car. Let's see. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna put it in time lapse and get this one on up. So the only issue I see right now is this will bottom out. So I can't get the car as far forward as you see because the hook this right there. So it's gonna bottom out, basically what I'm saying. So as far as these two cars I think I got enough space to get this one on the back right here. It would be nice, I mean, I always could, worst case scenario, turn it around and let the gravity pull it forward. Or I could take this off and pull it forward some more. But with these two short cars, I think I'm gonna be fine. If I recall, I measured this one time. I think it was 16 feet to this point. So that means I would have 18 feet to the back, if I ain't mistaken. And this car is fairly small. So rather than unhook and rehook, because of course, you know, you gotta go under the first car, I think I'll just try like this. And worst case scenario, if I have to put that in park and pull this one back forward, we'll deal with it at that time. Now, y'all know I say lazy man works twice. It may end up being where I end up working twice, but we'll see. We'll see. So let me flip this around and get it ready to load. All right, y'all. So I decided, since this is already hooked up in the front, it don't make sense to back up and try to drop it on the trailer. It's really not saving any more time, and it takes a little bit more time to line it up right. So I'm gonna drop it and let it roll right here, you know, into position, and I can just reuse the thing that I already got hooked up from the front from when I loaded it on this. Only thing about this one is I couldn't find a shift lock release. Watched a couple videos and the same year model, but it was different. So I had to put power to it, and I was able to get it done. So I'm going to drop this right here. Put this on the ground. Put a little power to it, and then hook it up, and we should be good. There you go. Don't slide. Don't slide. Well, you know what? I need to put power to it first. That way it won't slide. But let me do that, and then we'll get it off and we'll load it up. Now I gotta pull this out. We're gonna see if this works. I could use an extension, but it ain't no make no difference. A little work ain't never hurt nobody, ain't right?
Yep.
See if this works, because I'm not sure if we got to having to use that shackle. I'm not sure if I got enough room to get up under the cars. So that's why I always test this stuff in the yard first. I always test before I get out in the field with it. All right, y'all, let's see if my project will work. Get that out of the way. We got this thing hanging down too. This little plastic piece, but it shouldn't make a big deal, I don't think. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think we straight. I mean, it's rubbing this, but no, actually it ain't. It's just barely touching it. Man, look. We're underneath the car. Oh, I need to crank my truck up. I don't want to run my battery dead. Looks like it's working, look. Wow. So that means trucks and everything else. You know what? I need to measure that. That'd be a very good thing to measure. Let's see how much. Seven and a half inches, maybe 7 3/4, but it's actually less than 3/4. I say 7.5 inches. That's coming out of there, 7.5 inches. All right, let's do a time lapse. All right, y'all, that actually worked out. That worked out. That cable don't look bad at all. It hasn't been rubbing on nothing. As you can see, hold on, let me get this out of this. I don't need this stand no more. It's my little Joby stand. It was rubbing on this. I mean, it ain't really rubbing on it. It went right down the middle of it, so I didn't have to worry about that. But the rope looks good. Only issue I see was when I first spooled it out, you know, that black thing, that black coating that's on it. Looks like it rubbed. So, but that's no big deal at all. You know, it ain't gonna be brand new forever. But it worked. It definitely worked. Went underneath the first car and winched on the second car. Now, keep in mind, I don't plan on doing this often. I just want all my stuff to be set up properly in case I have to do it. I definitely don't want to be winching underneath. Typically, if it's on this trailer, I would like it to run, typically. But let's say if the first one ran and I found another one along the way, if I'm riding somewhere, you know, and it's an in-op, then I have the ability to get it. So that's what you want. You want to be able to, you know, not have to pass up a good load if you find one. But that worked pretty good. 2 inoperable vehicles on the trailer. Winched both of them on. Winched the second one on underneath the first one. No issues, no rubbing. See the bridle right there, going under. Directly under, all the way to the front. So I would say that's mission accomplished. Gotta figure out what I want to do for a thumbnail. I think something like this right here. If I can show it properly, I'll get one. But I think that's mission accomplished, man. Y'all drop a comment. Tell me what y'all think. Would you have done anything different? Do you have any other ideas? Is there something else I can use right here that would get me lower? The lower I get, of course, you know, I go underneath lower vehicles if needed. So first, initially, I thought I was going to be using a shackle and snatch block like the, do I have one in here? Yeah, like this. Initially, I thought I was going to be using a shackle like this, and this. And then I had the bright idea to use one of these because I had to use it on the rollback one day. I was like, you know what, this is actually better. But if there's something, this is a 2-ton. I mean, maybe I need to go down to a 1-ton if they even make that. But any other ideas of how to lower my height right here, let me know. But it worked. It did what I proposed it to do, what I expected it to do. And like I said, now we have the ability to run 2 in-ops on this trailer if we need to. So that was it. It was just a project. I wanted to try it out. I always try things out at home first before I get out and use it in the real world. So hopefully this was informative to y'all. You know, a lot of people hit me and say my videos teach them a lot. That's the goal. Each one teach one is what my My favorite guy, Big Z, taught me. That's a saying I had never heard before he started saying it. So each one teach one, man. Power is knowledge. Knowledge is power. So anytime I can show y'all some stuff that helps me, it'll help y'all. So shouts out to WWF Welding too, man. That's who did all my modifications on this trailer, as y'all know. Man, they knocked it out the park. And now I'll be able to winch straight back because, you know, this wasn't here. That one wasn't there. I was coming over to the side right here, but now I can come straight to the back. And in the front, usually I would have had to come here, or if this car was any far forward, you know, the ratchet would bottom out. But now I can come straight forward. And this will be the first time I actually do this. I'll come off this tire and go straight forward. So, yeah. So, hope y'all enjoyed that and learned something. That's going to be it. I'm going to strap them down and unhook all my stuff, go in for the night, call it a night, and watch some football, play some Fallout 4, and then that's it. So we're gonna holler at y'all later on. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, share, subscribe. We're gonna holler at y'all. Peace.